That was extraordinary. We are joined here by Nicole Wallace and Neil Katyal. I think a conservative reading of what we just witnessed is at the age of 68. Bill Barr has decided his legacy, he is fine with his legacy being the AG who took one for the team.
Well, I think it also explains why we haven't seen Sarah Sanders in a while. The administration has a new face and a new messenger, and one with a lot more stature. He's the country's attorney general. The most extraordinary piece of that statement was twofold. One around collusion. I think he said half a dozen times, no collusion, no collusion. No lawyer, no legal presentation presents its conclusion 6 times. A political messenger, and I know a little bit about that, having been a political messenger all of my career, underscores the central message, particularly if it's on shaky ground, multiple times. To use that room, to use that podium, to underscore Donald Trump's refrain on his Twitter feed for the last 2 years of no collusion was just an extraordinary thing to witness. The second was on obstruction. It's like, as a parent, if you say, yeah, my kid vandalized the school, but he was frustrated by having a hard time in math. He came out and said, yes, Donald Trump may have been obstruction-y, but he was frustrated. From the minute he came into office, they were bugging him. They were bugging him about Mike Flynn lying. They were bugging him about all those contacts with Russians. He was frustrated. It was an extraordinary excuse around what is clearly going to be revealed when we finally see Robert Mueller's report. Again, it's also the 5th presentation from Bob Barr about a report we still haven't seen.
Neil Katyal?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. The rhetoric here was extraordinary. It sounded like a spokesman, not an attorney general. And the word collusion, I mean, a lawyer doesn't use that term because there is no crime of collusion. Only Trump uses that term. And so you have the attorney general parroting that. But to me, there was one bigger thing that I saw, which was what Barr didn't tell us. We know there's one sentence in the Mueller report which says, this does not exonerate Trump. Did we hear a word of that in Barr's, 10-minute summary? There's nothing I heard about that. And that just leads me to wonder, is this really an up-and-up determination description?
And how do we know this is true? Barr said, as he said from the beginning, there was, in fact, no collusion. Yep. As Donald Trump, well, Rod Rosenstein didn't know that, or he would not have spent all the money or gone through all the trouble of appointing Robert Mueller special counsel. So, the two men standing behind William Barr were Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein and the PAYDAG Ed O'Callaghan. They have been the conduits to the Mueller probe for the 22 months of its existence. Rod Rosenstein's signature was on those FISA applications. Rod Rosenstein was viewed as a protector of the Mueller probe. To now be a part of the shilling of the result, to have stood behind him for the 5th presentation by Barr, who admittedly, at the end there, that was also telling. Before he closed his notebook and walked away, he said, Mueller worked for me. He wrote this report for me. Well, no, I'm sorry, sir. He wrote the report for the American people.
Neil Katyal, as someone who had a say in how this process is supposed to work, what of that rang false to you?
Well, I don't know. The process obviously is a problem with this press conference before we even get to see the report. So it's a pre-spin. So that certainly I've never heard of that.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.